All right, we are here. We have some great games in week one, including, a game of unknowns between TCU and Colorado in Fort Worth, Texas, the big noon kickoff on Saturday, September 2nd. And like I said, this is really a game of unknowns. You don't really know what's going on in this game. Colorado got Deion Sanders now. They really, gutted their whole team, built it the way they want to. At least that's what they said in the offseason that they're going to do. Brought in Travis Hunter, Shadir Sanders from Colorado, got some nice recruits such as Dylan Edwards. TCU, though, has replaced some big pieces in Quentin Johnson, Max Duggan, Kendry Miller, stuff like that. However, they got some big transfers as well. They got JoJo Earl from Alabama. So that should help, fix the hole of Quentin Johnson. But, they also have Chandler Morris, who was the preseason starter and the game one starter for TCU in the last season before he got injured. Max Duggan took over, never weary that spot ever again, and led TCU to a national title run where they fell to Georgia, but they finished 13-2 in Sonny Dykes' first season. And Deion Sanders is looking to replicate that. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't even think they're going to make a bowl game, but we'll get to that later. About this game, game of unknowns. You really don't know what to expect from these two games. Colorado could win, TCU could win. It could be a blowout. It could be a close game. You really don't know. But I have TCU winning this game pretty easily. I don't see a world where Colorado's improved so much that they can beat the likes of TCU week one. It might show some improvements from a 1-11 season. I don't see it being drastic to where they're winning 6 games this season. They've still got a lot of work to do, even though they brought Shadir Sanders over from Jackson State, who had 3,700 yards passing, 40 touchdowns. But other than that, they still have the chemistry part of bringing everyone over and getting Deion the way he wants to run his team. Sometimes it takes time to get your system in place, get the players you want. So I just don't think Colorado's going to improve that much than what some Colorado fans are expecting. On the TCU side, they've got, like I said, they've got some holes to fill. Quentin Johnson, Max Duggan, 2 big names that are gone. Obviously, they have Chandler Norris. That's going to help the transfer from Oklahoma, second season at TCU for him. But other than that, they got JoJo Earl, so a nice target for Morris to look out for. But Chandler Morris brings something different. Max Duggan was a physical runner. Chandler Morris has got speed, so they can really take the QB run to a different level. If Morris gets out in the open, he may not get caught. He's got some nice open field speed, so that's a new wrinkle that TCU can bring out this season. I expect them to lose a couple more games. I don't think they'll make the Big 12 championship. They might go 9-3. They might be competing for it later in the season, but I just don't think they have the roster like they did last year. And the Big 12 is back up to where it was. Big 12 was kind of down last year. There was really only one team, and that was TCU. That was good enough to compete at the CFP level. Kansas State was borderline. But Kansas State's up now, so is Texas. Texas has one of their best rosters in a while. Kansas is not as good. Big 12's got some nice rosters there. And you got the 4 new schools. BYU's always tough. You never know with them. Cincinnati, UCF, in a Power 5 conference has always been a question for people in the CFP world of what they can do with Power 5 stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what the Big 12's like. And Oklahoma, and this is Oklahoma, Texas last year as well. So just be interesting to see what that's like. But TCU will be battling, I think, for the Big 12 championship spot later in October, November. I just don't think they'll make it. I think they'll fall just a tad bit short. However, I do think they'll win this game, and I will think they'll win it pretty handily. They're at home. And like I said, I just don't think Colorado's improved to where they can go on the road and beat a Power 5 school just yet. But, at the same time, both schools are replacing a lot of people. Colorado losing or only keeping 57% of the roster. TCU even lower, 52%. So both these teams had a lot to replace, some big pieces, especially for TCU. Colorado, Deion Sanders came in and really made it his team, like I said. They gutted it a little bit. Brought in Travis Hunter, Shadir Sanders, who you really liked at Jackson State. So that might really help with speeding up this rebuild that Deion Sanders wants to do before they head to the Big 12, returning to the Big 12 for the first time in 13 years. And they'll be playing TCU quite a bit as a conference game. So the last time there will be a non-con between them two. And I think that is kind of important for recruiting aspects. This game will show the recruits, that are maybe potentially deciding between Colorado and TCU who they want to go to and how you want to build your program. But two very, good coaches. Sonny Dykes, obviously, in his first season at TCU, former SMU coach, leading TCU to the national championship. Deion Sanders did a fantastic job at Jackson State. How that carries over to Colorado, we'll find out in this game and this season. But yeah, I think TCU hangs on. I think they'll win pretty handily, as they did last year, and they'll get their first win here. Colorado will fall at 0-1 as they prepare for USC in a couple weeks. They've got some other games. They got the rival game, Colorado State, coming up as well. So Colorado has a chance to prove who they are, but I just don't think they'll be too much improved to beat TCU. But I appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you later for some more predictions.